Hello, everyone, and welcome to Commander Reviews with Digit D. And today I got another special one for you guys. This one is called Intet the Dreamer Review, and going to be giving out the score from the last video with the Crash the Blood Braided. I did review the demigod. It's called the card that is 1110. It says whenever it attacks or blocks, you have to sacrifice a creature from Strixhaven. Is called Demagoth the Titan. Just wanted to be everyone sure that I I got the name and looked it up. But this is going to be over Intet the Dreamer. I'm going to give out a shout out to a cool friend of mine. His name is Ben. He was the one that gave me a recommendation to review Intet the Dreamer. You can, if anybody other wants see their review of a specific commander or me to look up or give me my point of view on how I feel or how I would take the deck, just hit me up, send them leave a comment in the video below and I can go from there. So, and I do respond to all the comments that I see on there on my channel. So let's take a look at Intet the Dreamer. Intet the Dreamer is a wagon. It's a giant wagon. It's a blue wagon that is blue, red, and green. It's a blue. It's Intet the Dreamer. It costs one green, one red, one blue, and three colorless mana, so total of six. You have to pay six to get this guy out. Dang, that's a lot. And he's a legendary creature, and he's a dragon, which is pretty cool that it's a dragon. It has flying for the most part. And let's look at the ability. There is no flavor text on this card, so there's not enough room for flavor text. But it is a flying, and its ability says whenever Intet the Dreamer deals combat damage to a player, you may pay three. That'd be two colorless in the blue. If you do, you exile the top card of your library face down. You may look at that card as long as it remains exiled. You may play that card without paying its mana cost for as long as Intet remains on the battlefield. So that's a pretty strong ability with the downside, basically. And it's a 6/6 creature. You might say no, it doesn't have a downside, but it is a downside. You have to pay three mana and you have to attack. You have to deal combat damage to a player to get his ability to work. It's part of a cycle of another type of dragon because I have the other dragon that does it. It's called Corrosis the Purger. He does another ability. There's another dragon that has the three cost ability that it's a little bit different than but him. But out of those cycles, they're pretty cool dragons, but this one is really cool in itself. You get to cast spells from the top of your library. You exile the top card of your library face down, and then you may look at the card as it remains exiled, and you may play that card without paying its mana cost, which is really cool. So the stuff that I would focus on is top deck manipulation, using spells or cards to help fix my top deck. That be changing out the top deck, switching between back and forth for the top deck, figuring out what cards go on top. You can probably go with Miracles, that is from Axiom Restore. Axiom Restore, it's from the Innistrad block if you want to do any miracle stuff. Or you can just have big, powerful spells. You can go that route with this dragon, but you do have a downside is you have to deal combat damage to a player. So that first is you got to get six mana to get him out. If it was back in the day, it would take a while to do it in Commander, but now they have so much ways to get commanders out really faster, like specific mana rocks that can help alleviate the cost to get these guys out faster. So you can get it out on turn two or turn three or two to get them out really quick. if you're that really fast. Or if you're like me, it'd probably take around 4 or 5 to get him out because I have to get the mana base correct, and I'm not using super fast mana base like a like mana rocks, mana volt. No, it's called mana crypt. I'm sorry, mana crypt, mana volt, any of those, or that taps like 3 or 4 and they're like zeros and stuff. Yeah, I don't have a lot of those artifacts, but I could probably use proxies. I don't mind using proxies at all. But Intet the Dreamer, he's blue, red, and green. So you do got some good, strong blue, red, and green spells that goes really well. So you got green to help you get the ramp, so you can actually ramp into him really quick. But then you also got to have mana set aside on just to use his ability. So when you get him out, first things first, you gotta play some protection spells as soon as quick, because someone's gonna blow it up. Because if someone blows it up, there goes your dragon. You just paid 6 mana. Now you gotta wait a turn. Now you have to play. It goes back to command zone. Now you have to pay, instead of paying 6. Now you gotta pay 8 mana to get your stuff going, while someone else is playing a 2-drop commander and going off, or someone's playing a 4-drop commander and they're already doing all the stuff. So it depends with this guy. There's nothing wrong with Intet the Dreamer. It's just he's a 6/6 body, which is really good. So it's going to be hard to deal any kind of high damage to him. But removal spells that are like single color removal, or mostly monocolor removal, or any of those good removal cards will remove him really quick, because his ability is conditional. So you can probably go with other spells or other stuff that can do top deck manipulation while you're waiting to get him out. Because once you get him out, then there's like a card called, I think, Arbiter of the Ideals. It's a mono blue Sphinx that says whenever he becomes untapped, you may play I think you play with the top card for free or something like his ability, but you don't have to pay the extra 3 for it. So there's other ways to get this spell and or ability off really quick. Or you can just go a weird route with them and just play whatever you want. Since it's in blue, red, green shenanigans, you can just let's see, if I was doing it, just burn spells, basic burn and counter spells. Just sit back and counter and burn everybody. That's just so mean. The burn and just counter everything someone does. Oh, that just blows. And then when you attack, I pay 3. Oh, I got another powerful spell coming. Oh, that just, you can go with the new Genesis Ultimatum. That's blue, red, green. Well, that fits very well for this deck, and you can just, because Genesis Ultimatum says you gain 5 life. You look at the top 5 cards, and then you may cast any of them without paying its mana cost. If I got that correct, if I got any of these cards wrong, let me know in the bottom of in the comments below. I would love to know if I got them wrong or not. And oh. So, what do you think my score would be for this commander? I'm going to give him a low rating. I'm going to actually give it a 4 out of 8. I do like Intet the Dreamer. The Dreamer card is a pretty cool card, but I rarely use it in any of my commander games or play with it because it's very hard. I try to use, because I've played a deck a long time ago, was called Corrosis the Purger, and that one took a very long time. His ability said I had to do, whenever you do combat damage to a player, I had to pay 3. That'd be 2 colorless and a black, and I get to exile. I have to pick a color. The player reveals their hand, and they discard all cards of that color. That's basically it. And it was still really hard because I had to get like 6 mana out, and it's very slow. These dragons are very slow to get what you want to do anything, because you have to pay that extra 3 mana just to do his ability, just to get the other cool stuff you can do. Or you can just use whatever cards you want and you have at your disposal and do some of that stuff. So this is a 4 out of 8 for Intet the Dreamer. Sorry, Ben, but I had to let you know. But this card is kind of slow, and it's a 6/6, so it's still really good in other stuff. So if you want to see more reviews like these, just comment below if you have a suggestion on what commander I should do, or see from my perspective. Just leave a comment down below, and also if you want a custom T-shirt, just hit me up, and I'll make you one for a special price. So thank you for checking out my video today, and you guys have a good one, and peace out, yos.